Level Assessment tab. One of the tools for evaluating the binary inputs that should be preserved during the test is Level Assessment. In Level Assessment tab, the binary situation of the device inputs can be assessed at the start of the state. An example is provided for this process. First, 3 states are created in the window table view. Then, the range of voltage signals are inserted as 30 voltage in state 1. The value of 4 seconds is inserted in the trigger field. Then, the value of 10 voltage is inserted in state 2, and its time is set as 3 seconds. The value of 30 voltage is inserted in state 3, and its time is set as 4 seconds. In the following, by clicking Hardware Configuration in the tab Analog Out, current signals become deactivated. The binary inputs 3 and 4 can be activated in the tab Binary Analog Input in Binary Input Target. Then they are assigned a name. Here the type of binary input is set as dry. Then in the window measurement view, click on the tab Level Assessment. In this tab, by clicking State Name, the names of the existing states are inserted in the table view. This name is uneditable. Note that in this tab, you cannot add a line manually. In the Level Assessment tab, the right-click tool is deactivated, and for every state in the window table view, a line has been created in this tab. So the number of assessments in this section depends on the number of states existing in the table view window. The result of assessment is presented in the assessment column. The value of time tolerance for assessment of the 0 or 1 level of the binary input is entered into the column tolerance. It can be simply stated that assessment of the level of every signal at the right and left sides of the starting point of every state depends on the value of time tolerance specified in this part. Suppose that the value of 30 milliseconds is entered as the tolerance of a binary input. The figure presents the schematic level assessment of the signal of this binary input. As it is obvious, level assessment at the 2 sides of a state 2 is done by a time tolerance of 30 milliseconds in order to check the condition specified for this assessment. For example, the level of the binary input should be equal to 1. As assumed, if the considered condition is that the level of the trip signal should be equal to 1 for state 2, the result of assessment will be passed, specifying the binary levels. In the Level Assessment tab, the number of binaries defined in the hardware configuration column is added with the same name. In this part, you can set the level 1 or 0 regardless of the binary level condition, that is X. In this film, the goal is the assessment of the level 1 of the binary 3 in state 2. Suppose that the level of binary 3 before and after the second state is equal to 1 for 40 milliseconds and assessment result is passed. For this purpose, the value of 40 milliseconds is inserted in the state 2 in the field tolerance, and the level 1 is inserted in the field trip binary 3. A comment about the assessment can be inserted in user comments that is also used in the output report. Then, run the test. After the test, assessment is done and the result is presented in assessment. As seen in signal view before and after the state 2, binary 1 has been preserved for at least 40 milliseconds, so the result of assessment is pass.